Hello and welcome to yet another gameplay review of one of my followers. So this time I review the Ahri gameplay of a follower who recently started following my little channel. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. First of all, the most important thing, what a cute chroma. I love this chroma on KDA Ahri. It's very cute. So let's first of all check the runes and everything. So you're facing a brand mid lane, which is a tough matchup. You run Ahri and Mana Flow Band. So in general, Ahri is okay to play, but you would regularly play Ahri into melee champions. So why is that? This is because melee champions get poked a lot by you, since you have the range advantage, right? Early game. Let's say you play against a Talon or you play against a Yasuo, you will be able to poke a lot, and whenever you poke, you will be able to proc Ahri. The problem with Brand is, since he's also ranged, it will be much, much harder to poke him. So what you want to do against ranged matchups is that you play Electrocute, because once you all in, you will at least land 3 abilities or auto attacks on him, and then you will proc Electrocute, and it will give you more burst damage, because the trades with Brand are going to be much more bursty and less extended. I suppose that you took Ahri because you maybe thought you were facing Yasuo mid lane, but yeah, just that you know that for the future, against melee, you should play Ahri, and against ranged, Electrocute is much better, because of the reasons I mentioned. Okay, so usually you do want to cover as Ahri. So there are 2 places where you can cover. Just like the Brand is doing, you want to cover the vision here, so that you cannot sneak here through it, and invade. So this is one place to cover, maybe not that aggressive. This is very aggressive, but like standing here in the middle. Or the other way to cover is, depending of where your jungler starts, to cover top side, okay? And normally, like, your bot side should be covering here, and you then here, or here in the mid lane, and your top lane here. Which is in solo queue not always happening, but what I personally always like to do is just walk right into the middle. If there's someone, I back off, of course. But if there's no one, I just go into the river brush, and then I will go ward the chickens. Maybe if you watched my other videos, that I always like to ward the chickens. Okay, so let's see how this continues. There is an invade. Yeah, there's an invade. So this is why okay, Q start is fine. You saved your Rengar on top of that, even if you had to flash. But Q start is fine against Brand. That's good, because again, it's he's not going to be to let you poke you with his W. However, since he will start, I think it's his W. He will start with W, and you want to sidestep that. Yes, exactly. The W can help you to walk into him and turn it into a trade. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so far everything's looking good. Brand is very aggressive, we know that. Here, just a little thing I'm already realizing. You were standing still for 3 seconds without moving at all. So you never want to do that. So try to click left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down, in a circle. Doesn't matter, but try clicking a lot. Some people find it confusing, but trust me that it makes it much, much harder for the Brand to hit you. Because right now you were just standing still, and the Brand could just put his W centered underneath you, and then it's very hard to dodge. But if you keep working like in, out, link, in, out, auto attack, in, out, auto attack, in, out, auto attack, and you play on his max range, so this is called tethering. This is the tethering principle. It means that you want to keep the same distance of Brand, because right now Brand could hit you with his W, but he would have to place it like here. This is his max range, probably, something like that. And he could hit you, so he will try, but it's very easy for you to walk out of it. And this is the ideal situation. This is what you always want to try. So you want to stay at his max range to bait out his ability. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And then he's trying to place it, and then you can just walk out. So this is the perfect way of baiting out abilities. It's a very high level concept, don't worry. So it's not the problem that you don't do it yet. But if you really want to become a much better League of Legends player, a much better mid laner, then try to apply this tethering concept. And do not, just like you do here, now you're just standing. Why? There's no reason. Every minion is high enough in health to not die, and you're CCing yourself basically right here. And make it very easy for the Brand to just put the W. You see, he put it perfectly underneath you. If you stand here, move in, out, in, out, in, out, he will maybe only hit you with this, and then it's very easy to dodge it out. Okay, but now, what do we know? His W is on cooldown, and you still have your Q. So now it's your time to play aggressive, to go forward, and to try to threaten him with it. Now you just wasted it basically on one minion. It's okay. It's good to last hit minions. But now you have no pressure. So Brand is free to come up again and to harass you. So let's see. Last hitting is good, by the way. Yes, almost. There you almost did it right. You were going in and immediately going out, but then you turned around again. Was almost a very, very good. But now what you're doing right, again, is you walk in because you have your W, your Q, and he doesn't have anything. It's good try. Now be careful. Exactly. Always walk in the 90 degrees angle. Yeah, very nice. Exactly. This is very beautiful. This was a very nice way. Beautiful Q. You maxed W second, okay. That's good. Not max, I mean you skipped it. Okay. So a typical Ahri combo, what you always want to do if you try to hit the enemy with W is use an auto attack before. Because what happens is if you do not use auto attack, it's going to prioritize the minions closest to die to Ahri. So the W of Ahri has a very unique way of interacting. So it prioritizes in this order. First of all, charm targets, okay? So if you hit a charm on Brand, and then you W, even if this minion is super low, the W is going to go on the enemy because this enemy is targeted, okay? Then the second one is it's going to prioritize champions. So if you stand here, the minion is super low, and Brand is here, then it will go on Brand, okay? Then the next priority is a target you auto-attacked before, okay? So if you stand here, Brand is out of your range, you walk in, auto-attack, and W, then all the three are going to go on Brand and not on this minion. And then the last priority of your W is going to be low life minions, okay? So if you just W, it will prioritize low life minions, and if there's not even low life minions, it is going to prioritize whatever is closest to your W. Okay, so let's say there's a minion here and there's a scuttle here, then it will, two of them will go on the scuttle and the one on this side will go on the minion. Okay, so this is how your W works. So whenever you trade, you always want to use an auto attack. Auto attack W, auto attack, and then you proc electrocute. Since you do not have electrocute but Ahri, you don't need to do the full combo, you can just do auto attack W. And then all your Ws will go on him, and you will win the trade. What I like is that you pot early. So you always stay on a high threshold, but it is very early to pot. Like you are 130, 140 HP under max life, you have life life regeneration. So this is very important to keep in mind. You always want to use your life regeneration. So this means if you're full life at max life, you don't profit of your regeneration. So try not to be too full. Why am I saying that? Because against other players, other matchups, I said, okay, try to always be as much life as you can, but this was assassins, okay? So against a Talon, you never want to be under 50% life. Against a Yone, you never want to be under 50% life. But against a Brand, it's okay to fall down a bit. Especially, also you have your passive, right? Your passive makes that you heal after 8 or 9 minions, I don't even know. But you're at 7 already, so you will heal up. The pot is not really necessary. Why not? Because the problem is Brand has 2 pots left, and now he has a really big advantage on you because he can trade with you, and he can just heal up and you can't. It's still okay because you have here, I forgot the name of the rune, but you get 20 HP for killing a minion every second wave, and you have your passive up, so you will have enough sustain. But at this point, you do not need to pot anymore. That said, it is better to pot too early than too late. So it's still good, okay? I'm just trying to optimize it a bit, but it's still very good. In general, I really like your playstyle so far. Exactly. Okay, this was, again, you had to use your W to farm and to escape at the same time. Ideally, you want to auto-attack him. Yes, this is a very beautiful trait. Don't forget your auto-attacks. Ahri's auto-attacks are often like underestimated, but they're very important in your combos. I think I will not make my next guide over Ahri's auto-attacks, actually. I see a lot of people not auto-attacking with her. Okay, but this was a really good trade. The problem now is that you... Wow, very nice Q. You even hit the double part. Really nice. That you're running a bit low on mana, but this is fine. Now you're in an awkward situation. Yes, so... Yeah, this situation is being very awkward. Being stuck here makes it very easy to hit spells on Brand. And out of panic, or not panic, but out of stress, because walking down here, you give yourself no option, right? So I'm wondering, why are you walking down here? You could walk down here, and then you have all the space to maneuver, but you decide to walk down here. So now he can just close it here. I mean, he's low, he's scared himself, but he could stand behind his minions. And now you do something which is very typical under stress. You try to charm him. You're like, okay, oh no, I'm under pressure. I need to do something. The best way to play this out is to juke around and try to bait out his abilities and to walk back. Because now you don't have mana at all anymore. You run TP though, so what you can do is, since Brand's in a very, very awkward position, you could TP back now. You could just go back and TP back with probably an amplifying tome or at least some boots, which would already help dodge his skill shots. And then with full life and full mana, he's in a very, very bad spot. So let's see. Especially if Brand uses his ability on minions, you can go a little bit more aggressive. Here, in my opinion, you do the mistake that you try to trade with him being super low on mana instead of just pushing the wave. So walk here, push the wave, and then back. Because with no mana, Ahri is no champion. Exactly. You do it now, but if the Brand was good, he would freeze the wave there. If Brand was good, he would freeze the wave there and you would lose something. Not unfortunately, but luckily, he is bad and just pushes the wave. So you can just, you TP back. It's very good. You bought mana. So buying mana, in my opinion, is the very, very worst of all worlds. So you have 350 gold, apparently. Actually, you have 425 gold because you also bought a pink ward. It's very good that you buy a pink ward. I like that. It's a very early pink ward, though, but it can really help out your team a lot. So the pink ward I will never criticize. It's a very good buy. However, you could have gone with a Dark Seal instead of mana. You know, Dark Seal is this item which builds into Mijays. It is very cheap. It is already gold effective with 0 stacks. So whenever you kill someone and you get a stack, your item gets more and more and more gold efficient. So this is always one of my very first buys, is either the Dark Seal or boots, or a combination of Dark Seal, boots, and the refillable potions for 150 gold. So this is my ideal bag. If I have, like, let's say 900 gold, I will rather buy Dark Seal, boots, and refillables than the beginning of the Lost Chapter. Because the beginning of the Lost Chapter, sitting awkwardly on mana, doesn't help you at all. You just got flat mana, I think 200. And it's not bad, but 200 mana is in the end is like 2 Qs or 3 Qs if you're lucky. Yeah? And this doesn't really power spike you. It's like going back and coming back to lane with exactly the same stats as before. So I really don't like coming back with a mana crystal. So what you want to do is get some stats like AP or movement speed or something like that. So exactly. I think the best buy here would have been the Dark Seal or boots, a potion, and the pink ward. Because Brand is going to hit you. So you want to have a little bit of sustain against him. And then the boots will help you to dodge his skill shots, and the HP pot, the potion will help you to sustain a little bit of his damage. Okay, now you are full life and full HP. So full life and full mana. A very good charm, actually. Very, very good charm. So you saved him. Make sure not to face check. Make sure not to face check. Oh, wow. He's trolling. He is trolling. And you get him too? Yes. Good flash. I mean, you had to get him. Actually, not a good flash, because Rengar would have gotten him, right? There was a bush, and Rengar could have just like jumped and get it from the bush. So you used your flash here, but to be fair, you got the kill, and it's better than Rengar getting it. So I'm totally fine with that. Just flash is a very valuable resource. Okay, so here what was a bit dangerous is that you... I didn't see that you warded. I thought he warded. So it was a lot of troll from him to just walk into a bush you have warded. If the Brand is a little bit better, first of all, he doesn't go all the way into a Rengar, into a brush. And I asked myself why he didn't full combo you. So what was his mission there? Let me check that again. So this was that, and then you move, okay? So there's no ward from him. You save the Rengar, which is great. And then you go for the kill on the Echo, which is also great. So now what I'm really wondering is he sees you now. He sees you now and you see him now. You see each other at the same time. You do not have charm. But this he doesn't know. And then he just does nothing. I don't understand what he's doing. Did he use his spells maybe on the wave? But he's not doing anything. So this I don't understand. This is why I thought it's not a good idea in the beginning, because if the Brand is not completely dumb, like here, he would EQW you and you end up here. HP-wise. And then he has more time to just walk back, because you are damaged, and Rengar can't walk close because you have his passive on you. So here I don't understand what he's doing. But yeah, I guess he's just... it's a beautiful charm again. By the way, you hit very nice charms. I'd say even better than me. I don't hit charms that beautiful. So, well done, well done. So let's see, you push the wave, very important to push the wave. Okay, and now you have the big problem that your wave is not crushing, you see? So you need to push another wave, but Brand is already on the way back. So position yourself nicely, Q the whole wave, very good. Exactly, you're pushing the wave, very nice. And you're backing, right? Oh, this is awkward. Nice sidestep. Well played. That was really well played. This was really well played. Good job. The most important was not to get hit by the brand. Here you're trolling now, here you need to back. It's a cannon wave, so you will not miss a lot if you backport now. You just survived the gank. You don't have flash, you don't have ult, you don't have anything. No life, no HP. No life, no mana, so you just want to go back now. What is the reason for you to stay? You got a kill, and you want to put that kill into money. So here you have to backport and walk back to lane. It's a cannon wave. So about cannon waves, I would just quickly explain why do you always want to back on cannon waves? Because the tower needs 9 shots to kill it. Okay, so it will start, the tower will start with the 2 minions first. So 1, 2, 3 tower shots, and he's dead. And then it will start attacking your cannon minion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have a lot of time to, for example, buy sorcery boots, just the tier 2 boots, and run back to lane. And you will not miss it. You will not miss the cannon minion. And if it wasn't a cannon minion, you would lose, instead of these 9 shots on the cannon, you would lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You would lose 3 minions instead of only 1. So actually it's 11, so you would even miss 1 more minion. Yeah, so always back on cannon minion waves, especially in this situation. You got a kill and you want to put it into gold. Right now, your kill doesn't help you at all. You're still a 0-0-0 Ahri right now. Especially against a full life brand, we know how bursty brand can be. So this might be a bit awkward. I mean, he's openly trolling. He is openly trolling. What was his idea? Oh god. Okay, no, but that's good for us, okay? So now you're back at least. That's good. Brand really trolled you here. Or trolled himself. Why would he tower dive you? But that's good. So now you have the Lost Chapter, boots, that's great, and another pink ward. I really like your habit of buying pink wards. That's really good. It's a lot of money, so you need to be really careful to place them well. But in general, it's always better than buying potions. So you do not buy potions, as I see, and I think it's a good thing on Ahri. You have a lot of sustain on Ahri that normally you don't need potions. Here, nice. Again, your pink ward helped you a lot here. You are clearly much better than your opponents here. The brand is really trolling, so I could do a video on what the brand is doing wrong. So yeah, let's just keep going a little bit, because this seems like a really easy laning phase for you now. So you push waves, and then you roam, okay? Where's Brand? Where's Brand? He's in base, okay. So now you're moving up here without any ultimate. Interesting choice of Lee Sin to kick out the Echo. Garen. Beautiful. Good play, good play. Okay, I remember you said you were winning the game, but in the end you still lost. So let me see. The laning phase is over. You played that well. The brand is much worse than you. Here, remember the last video guide I did? The problem with Ahri's ultimate is, this is what many people do not know, is that if you ult Charm, you have to wait for the full ult animation. So you remember in my guides I say that with Flash, you can cancel the Charm animation. So if you Charm here and then Flash, the Charm will come out at the same time, and it's going to be much harder for the brand to dodge this. But with your ultimate, the full ultimate animation will play, and then the full charm animation will play. So it's really easy to dodge it if you're good. Or if you're not like ulting into his face, like here. If you stand here and you ult here, it's of course much harder for him. But like this is very easy to sidestep. So he just sidesteps it. He just does a very good sidestep, by the way, like 90-degree sidestep. And you miss your combo. And that's very awkward. So what you can do is you can just ult in and throw your Q. So, okay, the magic part of the Q missed, but now with your ultimate, you can reposition here and make sure that the backcoming Q hits him, and then you can charm him. Because then you're going to stand in his face. He just dodged in this direction. You are basically at point blank, and then you charm. So don't rush charm when you all in your enemy. It's a good all in. You're a level ahead and so on. Mana could be a bit of an issue, but you always want to make sure to hold on your charm. Because he's going to dance, he's going to start moving, juking. He's not going to hit you with abilities because he's just so scared about your charm. And you have time. So you ult in, you Q, you reposition your Q, you charm him here, and then you start hitting him. Auto attack W. Because you do it well. You do it really well here. You reposition, you see, your Q hits. Now imagine you have charm. Now you have charm and W. It's again more damage for him. You can keep auto-attacking him. The problem is, as Ahri, I would never engage the target, the enemy target, at full HP. The problem is, Ahri, in her rotation, doesn't deal enough damage until later in the game to 100-0 an enemy. So you have to prepare your enemies to be at around this threshold. Like if he's at 70-80% HP, like here, this is perfect. Now is the time to ult. Now is the time to all in him because you can kill him. Like when he's full life, it's probably not gonna work. But let's see, the brand is not really good. Yeah, so you lost the trade by missing charm, you know? Which is a bit awkward. You have 4 kills and he has 3 deaths and he wins the trade. So, yeah. Backporting, that's fine. You walk back to lane. Take the wave. I like that you play safe, that you do not overstay. Like you missed your ultimate and everything. It's time to go home and get your malignants. You could have waited for the malignants and then go in, by the way. Then you would have had much better chances to kill him. Because I think you already had the gold at that point when you're all in. Carol. Oh, this is very greedy. I like that you play a lot around your jungle. I don't know if he's your duo, but if he's not, it's really good. Now you will have to flash. If I was you, I would have flashed here over the wall. Because Brand was cutting close, so just walking here and hoping that he misses. His spells on you is very optimistic. But if you flash over the wall here and then use the plant, you're fine. Because if he was just better, the Brand, I don't know why he doesn't have ultimate. Okay, never mind. You still managed to kill the Echo. This is hilarious. Okay. So they overchased you. They got a shutdown. Yeah, it's not good for you. But they overchase, and therefore your team ends up with 3 kills, which is great. You use your ultimate, that's all fine, that's all okay here. The only thing is, if you have a shutdown, try not to die. That's a lot of gold. I don't know to who you gave it, I think to Brand. So Brand is going to be, even if he's 0-4 now, he got like 800 gold now. So it's like killing you 2 to 3 times. Which a lot of people underestimate. And Brand, late game, deals a lot of damage. Okay, so you play guns. Drake, you're in an awkward situation. Your bot lane completely ignores that Drake is happening. It happens. If they were there, it was a totally free fight. jump in point blank. Oh, this is awkward. Actually, well played. Well, nice. That is good. There are a little bit of macro issues we could talk about in the team fight, but all in all, that's fine. I will skip to the part where you guys actually lose the game. So let me see. Derbies, you are giga fat. Good focus. And yeah, you're so incredibly fat that, yeah, not even a Garen can do something against you. That's good. Okay, so now it's very important that you do not die. Do not die. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Because as you can already see, he's coming up with damage. The problem of your comp is that their comp is late game better, I'd say. Yasuo is D tier at the moment, so I don't know, he's just trolling. Brent is better late game than Ahri, much better. If the Blitzcrank lands a pick late game, it's over. And Garen is better than Lee Sin, I'd say. Much better than Lee Sin in late game. But I'm not a top lane expert. And, I don't know, Rengar, Echo, I think both are very good. So all in all, the favor for their late game comp is a little bit towards them. So you want to play it early. Lee Sin is clearly early, sorry, what am I saying? Lee Sin is clearly early. And he's losing early game, so that's really unfortunate. But I see you're just roaming a lot, rotating a lot. However, I see your team not taking many objectives, right? So you got one turret so far. It's minute 15, you have one single turret. Mid lane turret's still standing, Herald is up. The enemy got 2 Drakes, even with you being so far ahead. So the difficulty for you now is to, by the way, never waste your time on Scuttle. I mean, you can do it if there's nothing else on the map to do. You can do a Scuttle, but you lost wave here, minions, which are much worth just more XP and more gold, and your jungler profits from that, right? So I just don't want the video to be another hour, so I would just focus. You were clearly better than the brands. I think in the end you will just lose because of a team fight diff. So you died. Let me see that. How did you die? Where are you? What are you doing? Okay, so you guys are top lane playing. Why are you top lane? Because of Baron? So this, for example, is a big mistake. Why? Because you have TP up. There's a bot wave. Yes, it's far away, but what you always want to do, if you have TP up, you want to play on the opposing side of the objective. So objective is clearly Baron. So what you want to do is you want to go on the opposing lane here, bot lane. Of course, you can path through mid lane. You know, you don't need to go directly bot lane because the wave is here at the turret. So what you want to do is go mid lane, push the mid lane wave, threaten this turret, and then before you commit to the turret, you go bot lane and push the bot lane wave. Meanwhile, top lane, there's going to be pressure because someone has to come to face you. You are 11-2. You're super fat. If they send Brent, the only one with TP, which is down, by the way, he will just die to you. You will just kill him. You're just much stronger at this point in game. So they will have to send 2 people for you. So let's say they send Garen and Brent for you. Then your team has a numbers advantage at Baron. So what you want to do then, they come for you, you ult away, you try to survive, and your team meanwhile starts Baron. Or you can even TP. Because the Brent or the Garen who is coming for you cannot TP. And then you're suddenly 5 here against 4. So all 3 death balling top lane is a big macro mistake at this point. Why? Because you lose a lot of XP and farm. Here, this is all gold and XP your team is missing. This is all gold and XP your team is missing for nothing, for just a random fight. So this is a big, you always wanna push out the side lanes before you prepare an objective. Bot lane is fine. Mid lane needs to be pushed. Top lane needs to be pushed, but not by 3. So the top laners here, the question is, why are you here? No one is taking mid lane wave. You should go mid lane. You should push the turret. If they are still fighting here, you can move up. If they are not fighting here and just preparing disciplinedly the Baron, you go down and push the bot lane. So this is the big macro mistake you're doing here, and why you are not carrying the game properly is because you do not force the enemy team to do a mistake. If you're bot or mid and then bot, you force them. They have to decide Baron or Ahri. Do we go to Baron or do we stop Ahri because Ahri is going to push all the way through our base? We need to stop someone. And Brand is going to ping for help. He's going to help. I can't stop Ahri alone. And then they are going to be stressed. They're going to be like, okay, maybe Garen goes. Or maybe, even worse, Echo goes. Because Echo thinks, yeah, I can stop her. But then the jungler is not at Baron, and your team can just do Baron. So by just going up here, you 3, you share all the gold and the experience here. So this means, let's say, I don't know exactly how much gold one wave is, but let's say around 70 gold, right? 70 to 100 gold, depending on the status in the game. You're just sharing this among 3 people. So everyone gets like 20 or 30 gold. This is super bad. Here you would get a full 70 gold for yourself. Here you would get a full 70 or 100 gold for yourself. And most importantly, you would get the full experience. So the full experience is important because you're level 12, 11, 10. And in the enemy team, the Garen is level 14. He's 2 levels ahead of you. Even if you're so giga fed, because he's permanently top lane, alone, getting all the experience and farm for himself. So this is, you don't want this to happen. You don't want to group up with your team the whole time. Especially if you have TP and the enemy at the moment doesn't. So let's see. So now there is going to be a random team fight. And what scares me a lot about this random team fight is that there is no actual reason to fight for it, right? I mean, there's no reason why you 3 guys are top. Like, with this wave, you can't take the turret. This is not the reason. You want to take the turret, but you can't with this wave. Now, you didn't have any vision here at all. You don't know anything. You don't know, is there, like, Brand and Yasuo just died? Okay, fine. But your team as well is, like, out of position. The Lee is 1-5, so he's really not that strong. He has 10 assists, so you are strong and your Tristana is strong. If you and or Tristana die here, the Baron is gone. So let's see how this plays out. And especially, at least you had a shutdown, right? I think you still have. With 11-2, you must have a shutdown. So who do you focus here in this team fight? This is horrible what is happening because your Tristana is being clunched. So your job must be to protect the Tristana at all costs because she's the one who's going to kill the Garen. She's the one who's going to kill the Blitzcrank. You have burst damage, but she has the consistent damage. I mean, the team fight is... you go in again. There's, I think, a problem with the camera. Yeah. I think you moved up with the camera. I don't see anything anymore. But yeah, it doesn't matter how you played it. But you died and gave shutdown, and Tristana died and probably gave shutdown. If the Brand gets to kill him? Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. So, okay, now they cannot do Baron. But Rengar, like 4 of your teammates died here. And Brand got a lot of kills and he's back in game. And we know he's better late game than you are. So trading these kills was really bad. It happens, I mean, it's solo queue, but try to not fall for the mistakes of solo queue. Try to play as selfish as possible. I wonder who's gonna win this duel. No. Okay. So let's see how this continues. Now you go top. So it's the right choice. You could also have gone mid lane. Because mid lane, you can still push. And top lane, you're facing Garen. Ahri versus Garen, it doesn't matter how fat you are. It's just a bad matchup. Like, he just flashes on you, Qs you, E's you. You can't do anything but just watch yourself die and he ultimates you. So if you can, you want to avoid being top lane and let your Lee Sin being top lane. So you just want to clear the wave and go mid lane. Mid lane would be the right choice. I don't know why your bot lane is going bot here. They should be mid lane and you should be bot lane. Because you still have TP up and the Baron, so it's okay. It's just solo queue, but now happens something horrible. Exactly. Like, what is he doing? Why is he not curing you? But yeah, even if the Garen played it horrible, because he gave you the opportunity to just ult away, if he Qs you, you can't even counterplay. If he QE ult you, it's just over. So you see, you do not want to face Garen as an Ahri. It doesn't matter how fat you are, you just don't want to face a Garen, and you don't want to face check a bush. So before you walk into that bush, you just throw a Q. You will hear from the south of the Q if there's someone inside or not. You can check out a guide on my TikTok page. There you will find the details on the Q. So yeah, this is why these are the mistakes which cost you the game in the end. Because you're the only one being able to carry this together with Tristana at the moment. But Tristana is clearly trolling. And another thing is, late game is kicking in. So the Brand is just going to hurt a lot, much more than you. So I see they got Baron. How did they get Baron? When did they get Baron? Ah, yeah. You see, they got Baron while you were dead. So this is the big problem. They got Baron while you were dead. If you're alive, they can probably not do Baron. So your mistake, like, I could, of course, tell you why you lost the game because of your teammates, right? Like, why is your bot lane here? Dying. This makes no sense. But you cannot influence your bot lane. So what did you do wrong? You face checked here and died to Garen. And you are the carry of the team. And you being dead gives them a lot of space, and I can see how you're losing the game right now, because you're giving up control, basically. So let me just see. I think in the end it would just be a team fight. Like, who's gonna decide this? Yeah, Tristan, like, just the fact that Tristan is jumping into a Brand makes me want to bite my fingernails so much and tear my ears out of my head, because this is just totally crazy. Why is she doing that? I mean, it works somehow, but you traded 1 for 1. The Brand got a big shutdown, so it's fine, but she could have played it without her dying there. So yeah, you push the waves. You just speed this up a bit. Goth got 2 Drakes. Okay, next Baron fight. So you start Baron because Yasuo is down. questionable. I don't think that Yasuo is the main target in the team, so they still have their jungler, they still have their fat top lane, they still have the strong brand, and you're all grouped up in the pit, and you just coin flip the Baron here. So this is the mistake here, is just to coin flip. And just hoping that it will work out without having a clear strategy. Like if the Echo is down, you have the smite advantage. If the brand is down, you have the team fight advantage, because brand here in the pit will absolutely have everything. You're fast, so that's a thing with Baron. But Tristana stops attacking the Baron for a second, so this could have worked out very bad. Let's see what's happening here. Just a very, very sloppy, very, very messy team fight. And now Brand comes in and just destroys all of you. Okay, you still have one... You still have one Baron left if you survive this. You do, okay. But, yeah, this is basically... I don't know about the gold shift, but probably you gave the team 2,000 gold right now. 1,500 at least. Interesting backport. Nice. Yeah, here you can't do much. No. So, I think I don't even need to watch the end. So the problem is, as I said, you gave up your lead. First of all, so you died in situations where you shouldn't have died. The top fight here, the weird Baron fight here, face checking the Garen here. This is all times you die, you take away your presence on the map, so you cannot push away for anything, and you didn't force your team, the enemy team, to do mistakes, because you are stronger than anyone in that team, except for Garen, because it's just Garen. Garen is just, can't do much about it. You could have rushed bot, and even if Garen comes for you, you can just TP to your team and win with a numbers advantage. So your biggest mistake is to coin flipping, I believe. It's just that you go into 5v5 team fights and you hope that it will work out somehow. So the problem with 5v5 team fights is that everyone has to play perfect. So if you're Tristana, as we can clearly see, just YOLOs into the enemy team, just jumps in and dies, the team fight is already lost. And so at this point, you should have realized, I cannot play with this Tristana. This Tristana is too bad. I need to find another strategy. And your strategy would have been to push side lanes, roam, push side lanes, roam, push side lanes, roam, drawing the enemies away from your team, so your team has more room to work with and less room to troll, and that they get farm and XP and numbers advantages and stuff like that, while you draw all the attention to you. So the brand has to come, the Garen has to come, and so on. So yes, let's just see how it works out. It's another Baron coin flip, probably. You prepare Baron. So this is again, I think he's your duo, right? Because else you wouldn't have started Baron just with him. Your ADC is not there. And your ADC is clearly trolling, going for the Garen instead of just hopping over the wall and helping you with the objective. If they die here, yeah, they will. Oh my god. Yeah, and it's not even Yorenga's fault, you know? Of course he could have said after a while, okay, this is not working, I have to leave. But if Tristana just joins here, you get Baron. You just get Baron. But yeah, you can't influence your teammates, so... And you see, Brand is doing exactly what you should have done before. Now he's putting your team in an awkward spot. Oh my god, he's pushing inhib. We need to defend inhib. What do we do? Do we stay all top? Why ever? Or do we give a Baron? Is Tristana going back? Can Ahri alone hold him? So there's going to be a lot of stress and pressure now on you. And if not, as you see, because you guys are fully tunneled on chasing down a Garen, the Bright is going to get 3 objectives and maybe end the game even. So if you did that on bot lane, imagine how much time it would have taken the enemy team to react to you before they do something smart. And in that time, you get gold and XP all for yourself, okay? Yeah, and you guys don't realize that the Brand is ending the game at the moment. Well, yes, what a weird game, but laning phase was okay. I told you some little things you could improve there, and I hope this video helps you. You're a good Ahri player in general, I feel. You have most of the mechanics down, just the little things here and there you can improve. But the macro was clearly the problem, because it's really hard to learn how to carry a team which is just not good, and your team was not good. It was not horrible, but it was also not good. And the enemy team was also really bad, so you would have been able to carry this. If you played more selfishly and draw attention, you would have won that game. Okay, hope that helped you. Take care. Bye-bye.